Hey, yo, so welcome to Hollowcast or the second episode of it. What's up? It's your boy Hollow, and I'm joined by these other beautiful artists: Ice Lavar, Seafall,
Hello.
Sweet, and Sigil. Sup, fellas?
Hi.
Hi.
I just want to say this right now. It took us like 4 tries to record this shit.
Hmm.
So essentially, all right. Today's topic will be about copies and whether or not they're good or bad, and some other topics about surrounding copies as well. We was meant to do Rogue Lineage today, but it's like I kind of just decided to do copies last minute. So I'm really sorry if that's what you was expecting for this time for the 10 people that care. But either way,
Man.
right. So basically, essentially. I guess we can get started with Ice. So, Ice, personally, what do you feel about copies in
All right.
in general?
Um, in general, if you're taking someone's assets and using them for your own benefit, and we're not getting their permission for it, that's not okay. But
Yeah,
there's definitely some different ways you can look at it. Like a lot of people have different opinions on copies. Like, sure, they could be okay if you build off of them, and like if you get permission from the original owner of the assets to use. But if you're just taking them, using them for your own benefit with no
yeah,
regard or like not no credit to the original like owner, then
yeah.
nah.
Let's see, let's see. Okay, okay, makes sense. Either way, though, yo. So, Seafall, what's your personal opinion on copies?
Yeah, so honestly, if you're gonna steal something and just revamp it, like totally revamp it,
Yeah, yeah,
I mean, it's okay, I guess,
yeah.
but like, I think
Mm-hmm.
it's a good idea to also give out credits, like for the
Yeah.
original stuff that
Uh-huh.
haven't been like
Yeah.
changed. Then I'm fine with it,
Okay.
I guess.
Yeah, makes sense. Pretty reasonable. Yo, Sweet, you got any personal opinions on it?
Copies are
No homo,
fucking
though.
gay, but then again, I shouldn't be talking because I'm in like a shit ton of copies. Well, used to be. Let's see here. Probably the biggest copy that I've been in is probably Battle Tendency or Naruto Omega.
Yeah. Oh,
Bro,
fuck yeah, Naruto Omega. Yeah,
that
it was kind of
shit,
boss though.
that shit has a lot of stolen assets, and it's not even from like one game.
Yeah, it's like a mix, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like
Yikes.
a mix.
I'm pretty sure Komitsu doesn't even give out any credits though. Big dick, I swear.
Yeah, he put some
Uh,
credits back in like Wave 2.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Either way though. All right. What's up, Sigil? You've been sort of quiet right now. How you feeling about copies right now today?
So generally with copies, I don't really have any sort of opinion on them. It really depends on if the game is monetized or not.
Yeah.
It gives credits out like Zico said. Like
Mm,
if you're gonna
yeah.
not credit someone and like monetize the game, like completely stolen assets and everything, yeah, that's just
Yeah.
not okay. We strike that shit down, bro. But if it's
Okay.
like a showcase game or like a fan game with no monetization and credits and stuff, yeah, I can see that being okay.
Uh, yeah, yeah. I feel you, bro. Either way though, here's something I've really been thinking about. Because it's that guy. You see, generally, I think most of us can agree that,
What?
if you make a. Oh, yeah, what's up? Got anything else?
Oh,
Oh, I'm Forza on the
my bad,
VC, so
my bad, my bad.
Yeah, but either way, so
Oh,
fuck.
I have something to add on to the copycat thing.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Uh,
What's up?
Shindo Life, have you covered that at all?
Shindo Life. No, we haven't spoken about it. I mean, it's
So
not really a
Shindo
cop.
Life got copyright claimed when they literally are not even, they weren't even close. They got copyrighted for two swords in the whole game, and they had to revamp the whole game because Roblox would not take wouldn't take any chances.
wait, but this is completely
Yeah,
opposite to copies and
yeah, because it's
originals.
like the
Is
code
yeah,
no,
goes. Okay,
they
to be
copied
fair,
two swords from the actual series
Okay,
from
but
the
obviously,
Naruto
literally,
Storm game, from the Naruto
yeah,
holy shit. Okay,
Storm game,
M4,
and
M4, you're
the
retarded, bro.
yeah, okay, yo, but my bad. We're talking
you
about like
are retarded.
actual, like actually copying games. Like, no, we're not talking about concepts, because obviously those can turn out differently. I mean, we're just saying that, like, is it like the intention behind it? But we're not
so
talking
just
like actual copy, right? You feel me? But either way, so aside from that, right? But my that, how do you feel about like copies, like as games, as in like someone taking another person's game and then just republishing it.
So you
Good.
okay? So you're talking like complete just that
Yeah.
is just ridiculous. Like I don't know how are you even gonna manage to get away with that. I guess if you talk to the
Yeah.
owner and he allows you and you credit the
Hmm.
owner,
Yeah.
I guess, but you still need to revamp it. Like
Yeah.
you can't have two of the same games.
Okay. So fair enough. Well,
Like
either. Oh.
like if you're gonna have like a successful game on Roblox for like and you're gonna copy the script, the whole script and post it again,
Yeah.
you're gonna have two games and it's gonna be completely who has the better community. So if you
Mhm.
can revamp the game to be better, you're gonna be seen as a scum in the whole community,
People are
but
gonna eventually catch on.
people are gonna play it though.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah. Yeah.
anyways, people really don't care. People are
Yeah.
gonna
Mm.
call you a
Okay.
scum, but
Yeah.
people are gonna play it.
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah. I see. Either way, though, yo. So moving on to the next section, right? I'm thinking, right? So let's say that somebody does like actually, like take the care out to revamp like an entire project, not only just like adding new features. I'm talking like new UI, and but they're still using like some of those base concepts. So it's not a complete revamp, but it's like it's like what the game could have been, right? So let's say for an example, um, like as much as I hate to admit it, battle tendency, as much of a dick their owner is, to be fair, like the copy is what I think, those like the what the games before it were aspiring to become, if that makes sense. So how do you guys feel about those types of copies, starting with you, Ice?
Like,
UI stolen, like fucking. I mean, not UI stolen, but like UI changes, like in that one copy, like Ragnarok or whatever the fuck.
Not even like just UI changes. I'm talking stuff like like new building, new scripts, etc. But it's using all
Well,
the same assets as before, just
you see here the
there's
difference
some new
is
ones.
in Battle Tendency they didn't make new
Yeah.
scripts. They made
Hmm. Yeah.
they just made like a new map.
mm,
Okay, I see.
Yeah, so
So, but like Ice, how do you feel about that personally?
uh, I mean, I've always like, if you're gonna like make something, I always think about it like you're gonna like make it yourself. But I mean,
Ew.
if you got a team of people and you're doing it, I mean, it's okay to get inspiration from other people, but like, I don't
Yeah.
know how I
Ew.
feel about like, yeah.
So even if they do like add in their own assets, as long if it's not like completely original, then you
I
still
mean,
is
not
kind of
completely original, but like, I can get that there can be inspired off of stuff, but like, I'm
yeah.
it's complicated, honestly. It's
Okay, so all
a
right, I
complicated
get it.
topic.
Yeah, it has like all gray zones and shit. I fucking hate gray. It's either black or white.
Oh my god,
Okay,
bro.
yo. But either way, though, yo, my Dak, is there anything that you want to say on like partially revamped copies? Do you see that as better than a complete copycat, or no?
Mhm. I mean, it's
Partially,
better than
well, it is of course
it,
better, but like it's still partially. If you're gonna say partially, what do you consider by partially? Just like if you have I don't know, if you
Yeah.
have like a Rubik's cube,
Mm-hmm.
you just mix up the colors. It's still the same Rubik's cube. You just mixed up the
I
colors.
see. Well, I don't mean like just like a mix up the colors. I mean like let's say you add like new dimensions to the Rubik's Cube and change the shape, like actually, modifying it to deliver a better experience, but it's not completely original. Do you see any difference there, or is it still as bad in your opinion?
If you at that point, if you give the what's it called, credits for it, I think it's kind of fine. Like it's not as bad,
Yeah.
but yeah, it's still kind of like
Uh,
rather
Well,
just rather just be original. Just be original. Honestly, like
Hmm.
mhm.
it may
Yeah,
be,
yeah,
for example, it may be more expensive to get somebody to make a whole new thing, but at the end of the day, you're gonna be the one who's gonna copycat it off at some point, and the people
yeah,
who
yeah.
are gonna copycat you are never gonna be as successful as you are.
I mean, that's a bold assumption. Naruto,
I
man.
mean,
Yes,
be
yeah.
honest, to be honest, like if you want to make a good game, I feel like well, when people steal games, when it comes through my head two categories. One, either you revamp it and just remake it and put hard work in it, and two, you just steal it and don't do anything just to make a cash grab of it.
Or
Uh,
or some people just like
or
like for a week they like are determined to make the game better, but then it's like a week later they just drop the game.
yeah, I mean, a game takes a lot of passion and a lot of work to be put in, and a good game actually like a rushed game isn't really good. So let's say if someone delays their own game that they're going to release, it's because they want to make it like really polished and good instead of it being rushed
Yeah.
and the community not enjoying to play it. So it really takes the time to put into it and passion.
Cyberpunk is
Okay.
the like literal like you can see that in Cyberpunk. People rushed Cyberpunk and now the game is bad and now they're people are mad even though they said that the game is not gonna be good if they release it now.
They literally
Yeah.
got sued.
What?
Oh,
They,
why, huh?
yeah, they got
Yo,
sued.
bro.
Yeah, they got sued.
Yo, that's like all kinds of fucked. Not gonna lie.
Okay, we're straying off of topic.
So
Keanu
yeah,
Reeves
either
is
way
sweating,
though.
dog.
Yo, okay, Sigil, how you feel?
Well, again, I don't really have any exact opinions on copycats or anything. Like, I'm pretty sure I already was pretty clear with what I said before. Like, if you're gonna copy something, it depends on the intent behind it, but it also depends on what you like do with that intent. So
Yeah,
that's all I really have to say with that. Generally, though, I'm fine with it. I'm not really like I'm like more that gray that you were talking about earlier. It depends for what for me.
So like you're just fine as long as it's like a good time passer. That's essentially like what you're
The
saying.
thing is though, when somebody
Well,
copies
there's still moral things behind it. Like
when
yeah,
if you're
somebody
gonna make a
copy
fan game, if you're gonna make a fan game, go ahead. If you and just not monetize it, and if you get permission, that's alright. But
yeah.
Yeah, like
Okay.
full on
but
copying,
I know like this
that's
one you guys know like Super Smash Bros, right?
Yeah.
yeah.
You guys ever heard of Super Smash Bros Flash?
Nope.
SSF2, shit, man. I
no.
played so many tournaments in that game. Yeah, what's up?
Yeah, bro. Like that shit. It's not entirely a copy because like they bring new characters and like special moves for them.
Yeah,
So that would be like a good example of a good copy.
yeah, like SSF2, like
Yeah.
possibly,
Oh yeah.
because it's like originally made as well.
The
Yeah.
thing is when somebody copies your game like completely copy paste, you know you've reached a point where where people know that what you do is good, so they copy off of you. That's the
Yeah.
same concept in school. You copy off the smart kid. You're not gonna go to the dumb kid and just copy off of it. You should take them more as a compliment, people copying your game, but also not just let it
Yeah,
happen.
Hmm.
okay, I see.
Should we change
But
to a new topic? Cause
actually, sure, I actually have something very interesting. Let's say somebody does take like an exact copycat of the game, like it's all the same assets and stuff, but they know, like, let's say they want to make it like like a closed community, right? And they want to like actually, prove that they can manage the actual game better than the original owners did, and they do, and it's a great experience compared to it's like what the original game should have been. How do you guys feel about that personally, though?
May I go first?
Yeah,
I just
sure.
wanna say, if you're gonna copy a game, if you don't have a dev team behind you, which if you do, why not just make your own game? But if you don't, the game is gonna be constantly updating, and you're gonna need to be stealing that nonstop. At some point, it gets repetitive, and people are gonna start hating you for copying the game.
Mhm.
So it
Yeah,
just wouldn't really work out at the end of the day. But if you manage to take like a part of the game and manage it better, Just don't
Right.
monetize it, as you just said. Like it's that I realized that like if you don't monetize it, I guess it's fine.
See, that makes sense. You feel me? I understand that. Okay. By the way, C4, do you have anything you want to say personally?
To be honest, like if I've got to be really honest with you guys, like if I get a deep think deep down about the game itself, like as the other dude said, like if you have a dev team behind you, why don't you just make your own game? Like that's just retarded to be honest. But if you're just gonna be doing like a like just you just stealing it yourself, I feel like the game is going to fall down anyway because you won't have devs to fix it, to do whatever, to fix bugs, to patch them, to do just to develop new things. Wait, no, not new things, just to patch bugs. It will just fall down because I'm pretty sure it's really hard to do it yourself as a person. So I don't know to be honest.
Okay, yeah, pretty reasonable shit, bro. You drove some pretty real advice to solo devs, though. If you don't mind me saying something real quick, sweet, cutting into some of your
Oh
time.
yeah, sure.
Um, yeah, but you see, this is a message to all solo devs out there. Trust me when I say solo deving, it's not possible. Okay, I've tried. My friends have tried. You can't be an entirely solo dev and ever expect to succeed, right? People point at devs like Snake War or people who solo manage copies and stuff. And trust me, they either A, they just don't have a life. B, it's their income. It's how they make a living. Or C, they're not actually solo and they get a shit ton of help in the background. But either way, yo, sweet. Carry on.
He is the most
Do you have
I
anything
likely.
you want to say?
anyway, back to like what you were saying before. Honestly, I think some people like if they're like clouded, they'll get away with anything. To be honest, like if they make a copy of a game, like y'all know like that Seiji 4 like video that he made on his closed community Naruto.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
Uh
shit was
huh.
a whole ass copy, and no one was like shitting on it. Like no
See,
I
one.
don't know about it, so
It happened like a year or two ago, or a year and a half. I don't know. But like, literally, it was just the whole. It was just NO2, but like a little bit revamped, like new GUI, and that was it. Like
that was literally it.
Kage specs, and everything.
Yeah.
It was just the fucking same. But like he never was on the like the bad end. He was like in on the good end of the stick. Because like literally no one was shitting on him and he just made like 2 or 3 videos on it and then dipped.
but one thing I must say is sometimes you just can't find a devs. For example, I'm looking for devs right now for like a game but there literally is not like devs don't advertise themselves at all. Like they don't get themselves to be known in the community. So it's hard to find an actual dev. And if they do, they're gonna take up one game and like slowly work on it. So it's pretty, hard to actually find a dev. So that's why some people just go to stealing games instead of, actually getting a dev team and like getting to make a game.
Science?
Yeah.
I guess
Hollow.
Sigil?
Yeah. Either way,
Well,
yo, what's up? So, Sigil, you go next, bro.
I don't really have anything to say. Like, I've been saying it's simple, and I stay to those simple concepts. That's all I have to do.
But
Yeah.
yeah, devs don't advertise themselves, so it's pretty hard to actually find and create a dev team.
I mean, even if you do find a dev, they may be like a mediocre or like low tier
Yeah,
dev.
yeah, that's the tough part. So the best thing is to search on YouTube, but like whenever you find someone, it's either I don't do that anymore or 2 years ago or like stuff like that because there's that's the only way they advertise themselves.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Is that it for the episode, or should we just?
There's one last section that I do want to do. It's just kind of like, okay, so let's go from, like, all right, yeah, Sea Falls dipped. That's fine though, since it's just the ending. We're just gonna wrap this up quickly, right? But for this ending section, right? Let's say you have a game, right, that's similar, like extremely similar, like all the concepts are the same. So let's say the Vast Realm. Do you guys know what that is? The
Yeah,
Vast
yeah,
Realm?
yeah. The best room, yeah.
No.
I think
Yeah.
so. I've heard
Shit was like almost exactly like Rogue. Like
Yeah,
lives, almost races were completely the same. I'm
I
pretty sure.
came back to Roblox like
yeah.
2 months ago, so no, like
Mm,
half a year ago, so don't expect much from
so,
me.
yes, you probably won't remember, but it's like,
Oh, that game. Yeah.
I quit in
yeah, the Vast
2017,
Realm.
started in like 2013.
Yeah, but either way, I think you guys can understand what I mean when I say that the Vast Realm is like a prime example, of a type of. It's like, how do I explain this? It's what happens when you have a dev that has, like, he has a goal and aspiration as to what he wants to do, but he lacks the originality. Or that's my personal opinion in my deck. Do you have anything that you want to say about, like, like a game that's so similar to another game, but isn't like stealing assets? It's just so similar. It's
Sometimes
crazy.
that happens because the dev is just maybe he worked on that game, maybe he's taking inspiration from that game, or maybe he's just not trying that much because he's getting underpaid. Maybe he's just not getting paid at all. Maybe he's getting underpaid, so he's just
Yeah,
taking shortcuts and like that's a big problem in like everywhere pretty much. Devs don't get paid and they quit.
yeah. I
That's
understand
why it's
that.
hard to find a real good dev.
Yeah, that is true, because people aren't really like faithful with their developing, since it's like a lot of people they either spread themselves too far or too thin, but regardless, that doesn't matter too much. Sweet. Do you have anything that you want to say on that?
Yeah. Honestly, like the game Soul Shatter.
Yeah.
There's
What's up
like
with it?
there's like so many games that are so like similar to it, but like all the move sets are different and everything. But like people call it like copies and trash, and like they play it once and don't play it again because they're like it's way too familiar to Soul Shatter.
Yeah.
I
See.
mean, tycoons literally infested Roblox. They're literally everything is the same thing.
Uh,
Yeah, there's literally the entirety of Roblox is just unoriginality.
that is kind of what works here, because when you have a platform that markets itself to children, and then, like, the older audiences is just more so like, just those same children that was marketed to originally growing up, and then it's like that's kind of, I think, what's happening with the current Roblox, because it's like you have two types of devs. You have the devs that came recently, and just kind of want a quick bucket, and then you have the devs that came, long ago and have had years to refine their craft and ideas. But regardless,
But also,
Sigil, you have any opinions on, like, games being overly similar to each other?
Oh,
Yeah.
Games that
Do
are
you have like any?
like overly
oh,
similar.
yeah. I'll have an opinion on that. I don't like games being similar to each other, especially if, like, to be real, if I had a game, like, I can empathize with that. If it's like very similar to mine, I wouldn't like that whatsoever. And I try to do my best to, like, change my own game up and change their game up, like,
Mm.
'cause that's kind of copyright. It
Yeah.
depends though. It depends though on everything.
Yeah.
I'm not
I'm just
just.
like
Oh,
peeved by
sorry,
that.
sorry.
That's all.
what you
Um,
want to go for is a game that's similar to another popular game, is extremely easy, but has a lot of content that you keep on doing and doing. That's how you get people to play your game a lot.
Hmm. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but that's
um,
Yeah.
kind of hard as a dev to do, to, like, keep empathizing on that feeling that one could get in a game and, like, keep on going, because, like, that's what got them into the game in the first place. And it's hard to captivate that,
Yeah.
especially with multiple
Yeah.
updates in an ongoing game.
Okay. Yeah, that's definitely true. But either way, though, yeah, Sigil. Um, you know. I personally want to say something to you since I did since you haven't really had like enough time in my opinion to like really give your full mind, right? So I want to ask like a question specifically to you, right? Since you gave a pretty interesting answer to a question earlier. So let's say that so let's say you have like a major development studio, right? And they see a small
Uh,
game, right? And this game has like what, they had 10 to 15 players, right? But they love the game. They can see it's a masterpiece, right? So they essentially just copy it and then well, like not like directly copy it, but they take many of the ideas and inspirations from this tiny game and they don't credit the game, right? And then the major studio releases it and it blows up and it gets on the front page. Do you think that okay? Do you feel as though that type of thing is do you feel like that's a bad thing, or do you feel as though it's like,
I
or yeah,
mean,
yeah,
it's just how you worded it. It's more like inspirations and things like ideas. Like other ideas will always get copied and like shared. It's just like a
yeah,
common thing. But
but
generally, that'd be really annoying if I was a dev there and like played that game. Because getting on the front page, you're probably gonna lose players because that's a major dev team that can recover from updates and like do
yeah,
like high fast time.
yeah, yeah,
Sorry
that's
if
true, that's true.
my wording and I'm talking a bit weirdly. I'm just like trying to think while I talk. I'm not that good at this.
Yeah,
It all just depends, really. It's just like that studio is better generally most of the time, and will
yeah.
kill all of your players, your revenue, and then you're basically fucked. So, yeah.
Okay, okay. So in that case, I think I should definitely end the podcast here. Thanks a lot for listening. If you've come this far, a good amount of us have dipped. Rest in peace to Ice, C4, and Ishi. Fallen soldiers and Midak as well. But either way, though, thanks a lot for listening. Hope you all have a good day, and Hollowcast out.